Hello everyone, it's Nicole and I'm back with another video. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about this past summer because it was the best summer I've ever had and also probably will have for a while. It started the day of my last exam where my family, dogs included, settled into an RV for a 5-day cross-country RV trip, all the way to California from New York. I passed by states I've never seen before, got to see mountains for the first time, which was pretty cool, and on June 19th, I arrived in California. The following day, I got to reunite with my internet friend Tori in Anaheim, California.
Yes, they found each other! Oh my goodness! Tori, you said you weren't gonna accost Nicole!
I lied.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness! So happy to see you. Hi, Nicole! Hi! My mom, okay, Nicole. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. We had met online nearly 2 years ago, met in person for the first time 1 year ago, and got to reunite 2 months ago. The next 4 days were spent at the Anaheim Convention Center for the YouTube convention VidCon. I have been dreaming of going to VidCon for literally like so long, for a couple years now. I would love to go to VidCon or Playlist Live because the people that go to VidCon and Playlist Live have a lot in common with me because we are YouTube trash and we spend our time watching YouTube. It's like a whole little world of people like me. Finally being there was just so much more than I could have imagined. Within those 4 days, I managed to meet 7 of you guys. I had never met a subscriber before that in my life, so it was just so surreal to be at VidCon, a convention for YouTube watchers and YouTubers, and be recognized for making videos. That was really surreal. I mean, here Tori and I were two nobodies, and within 20 minutes of being in VidCon, a girl came up to us saying she watched our videos and asked for a picture. So we just met one of you guys, and you were really, really nice.
And pretty? What the heck?
I know, right? I'm just surprised you recognized us. And that happened again later that day, just a few minutes later. We just met another person named Cammie who was really sweet. Did you just lick me?
Yeah.
We were not expecting that, so it was really, really cool. So many incredible memories were made that weekend. From getting to see my favorite YouTubers doing panels, to eating at downtown Disney most nights with Tori's family and my family.
Chardonnay, preference of Chardonnay
From meeting Anthony Padilla, David Dobrik, Gen X Pen, and then Anthony Padilla again randomly where he asked Tori and I to be in his video. We didn't make the final cut, but that's fine. It was still so cool to be asked. And then shortly after, having to say goodbye to VidCon and having to say goodbye to Tori. It was pretty tough, but the summer was just beginning. It was now time for the 8-day drive back home, where we stopped in places like Colorado and Nebraska to do some shopping. We stopped at this cool diner in Nebraska for dinner once, and that was pretty cool. I swam in various RV camp pools, one even being located in Las Vegas. We arrived home on July 1st, where immediately I got together with my friend Gianna because it had been 2 weeks since I saw her. And then the following day, my mom and I went thrifting for the first time. I had fun at a water playground with Gianna, as well as embarking on many other fun adventures with friends. I took a 3-hour road trip with my mom to Schenectady in order to meet my favorite YouTubers. I met 5 more subscribers in Schenectady, and then it happened. I met Dan and Phil, my biggest inspirations. Dan and Phil are literally the reason this channel exists. I was and still am such a huge fan of them and their videos that they inspired me to make my own channel, mostly just so I had a place to talk about my favorite YouTubers because nobody in my real life cared enough to listen. But online people did. People liked what I had to say, people liked the videos I made, and I even ended up meeting Tori through Dan and Phil, so getting to meet them and tell them all this and thank them for all this was definitely a really surreal feeling. That night I watched their tour, Interactive Introverts, and I was actually sat with an old friend of mine who just happened to be randomly seated next to me, so that was amazing in itself. I went to my fellow fangirl friend Bella's house where we fangirled about Dan and Phil and 21 Pilots and cried over the fact that we both had met Dan and Phil and missed them so desperately. I had Phil Lester tweet me about being a reptile. That was a fun time in my life. I went to amusement park with my friend Tegan. I had Phil Lester tweet me again just like a week later. what is life? That'll never happen to me again probably, so glad it all happened in 1 week. I went on a road trip with my friend Amy, where I spent the next 3 days at her cottage. We explored islands together and went shopping together and watched lots of YouTube together at night. She was going on a Dan and Phil binge and I was definitely here for that. We watched every single pin-off one morning. Amazing.
Why every time do I look back are you filming?
Because you're ruining my life! And when we got home, we went to the museum of play. Later that week, I went to an arcade with my mom and won tons of tickets, and I'm actually going back to that arcade today, so making more summer memories even though school starts in a week. I saw Mamma Mia! Here We Go Again and nearly cried over how amazing it was and how beautiful the soundtrack was. I slept over at Gianna's new house where we watched so many amazing movies such as To All the Boys I've Loved Before and one of my personal favorites, 13 Going on 30. We also bopped out to the Mamma Mia! Soundtrack. I then spent 3 days sleeping over at my grandparents' house in order to babysit my 2 little cousins, and overall I just spent a ton of time hanging out with some pretty awesome people and just making fun memories. And also this channel grew a lot. I recently hit 14,000 subscribers, which is another amazing thing that happened this summer, so thank you so much for 14,000 subscribers. And thank you to summer 2018 for being such a good one. It's going to be pretty hard to let go of the summer, but the memories will obviously last me forever. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!